Hello, my name is Layla Miller and I did my senior project with Meals That Connect. My senior project advisor is Miss Karen Bangs. I'm just going to start by explaining a little bit about the organization itself. Meals That Connect is a local nonprofit that provides community lunch for seniors across the county and delivers meals to homebound seniors. Their mission is to enhance health, restore dignity, and reduce isolation by providing meaningful connections and free lunches to seniors in the county. Currently, Meals That Connect has a wide following. They serve about 1,800 individuals every day. That adds to about 146,000 meals every year. Their success depends on 28 part-time staffers and a network of over 300 volunteers across 10 distribution centers from North County down to South County. You would think an organization that serves so many people has a model or a standardized process to ensure quality and success. While Meals That Connect does not. The routes for meal deliveries are handwritten and assigned by kitchen managers in no specific order. On top of that, each of the 10 kitchens operates differently, and there is no standard process or system. As an industrial engineering student, my mind immediately screams, standardize the process and optimize the routes. But before jumping to that conclusion, I thought it was important to take a look at the bigger picture and to do some research. Currently, Meals That Connect does not operate in an optimal way that guarantees consistency or quality. From the data I have collected, I found that volunteers drive on average 23 miles per route, and kitchen managers spend about 15 minutes per day just on paperwork and updating the routes. Through this project, I hope to implement a system that cut the kitchen manager's paperwork time, save volunteers time and gas money, and improve the customer satisfaction overall. In order to take Meals That Connect from the current state to the desired state, I conducted some research and I looked into similar organizations to see how they are operating. Through my lit review, I was able to gain a better understanding of the different demands associated with perishable food routing. I also thought it was important to understand the effect of standardized processes when dealing with fragile customers. Most of the recipients of Meals That Connect are far over 60, so their bodies are much more susceptible to different illnesses. One article I found conducted research on the importance of standardized processes in the ICU of a hospital. I also thought it was important to look at some of the ethical practices. Meals on Wheels in Seattle partnered with the local farmers market to deliver leftover produce to homebound seniors. Through this program, they were able to reduce waste and increase the nutritional intake of seniors in the area. After gaining a new understanding of routing and standardized procedures, I advanced the stages of my project design. The first thing I did was define the problem. Then I measured and quantified the current process and proposed a research-backed solution. Today, I'm almost complete with the implementation stage. Some industrial engineering tools I used are from process improvement, operations research, and engineering economics. At the end of 481, I set some goals for myself. I wanted to help Meals That Connect transition from paper routing to an electronic routing system by June. My other goal was to help Meals That Connect go from their current state without a standard process to a system used across the organization. Well, now it is June and I've made steady progress towards those goals. I've introduced an Excel solver program to Meals That Connect. I tried to create this solver model myself, but I realized what I wanted to accomplish was out of my scope. I did a literature review written by a PhD by the name of Dr. Gunyaz Erdogan, an industrial engineer from the University of Bath. In addition to his lit review, Dr. Erdogan shared a free route optimization model. I have adopted his model and used it to create optimal routes for the Meals That Connect volunteers. After I graduate, the office manager and project champion will update these routes using the model whenever people are added or removed from the program. The printed routes will be sent out with the prepared meals to the 10 kitchen sites every day. The meals are already sent out of the central kitchen, which is connected to the central office, every day, so the only thing added would be the list of the routes. This would cut the kitchen manager's paperwork time by about 15 minutes every day. I will now do a demonstration of the program with 5 random addresses from my hometown. I am legally obligated to maintain the confidentiality of the Meals That Connect clients. When you open the spreadsheet, you'll see this module that allows you to customize the number of stops, whether you want it to take the fastest or shortest route, the number of vehicles that will be driving, and whether the vehicle should return at the depot that it starts at. Then you go to the location spreadsheet where you put in the locations for all of the deliveries as well as the depot address, which for Meals That Connect, the volunteers always start and end at the depot. Then the spreadsheet populates the latitude and longitude for each of the locations, which are later used in the distance worksheet, and the distance worksheet determines the distances between each of the locations. After the distance worksheet is done, you go to the vehicle sheet, and in the vehicle sheet you put in the constraints like the time constraints, distance constraints, number of vehicles, and cost per mile for gas. Once the vehicle sheet is set up, the solver kicks in and it will give you the optimal solution in the solutions page, and it lists them in order of how the driver should go. It also provides a map that shows each of the locations and their corresponding numbers. Before diving into the impacts of the model, I want to do a quick little review. Meals That Connect operates about 31 routes each day across 10 locations. Volunteers each drive 23 miles per route. That is an average of about 713 miles driven every single day just by Meals That Connect volunteers in SLO County. Volunteers spend about $3.90 every time they drive a route. In addition, kitchen managers spend about 15 minutes of their day updating routes. By implementing this model, Meals That Connect will save about 650 hours of kitchen manager paperwork time per year. That translates to about $10,435 in kitchen manager labor savings. The savings don't just stop with the employees. With the solver routes, the volunteers will drive about 12 miles a day. This brings them down about 11 miles from the current routes. By industry standards, volunteers will spend about $2.03 per route with the routing model. This saves them about $1.80 or 46% every time they drive. The impacts don't just end with money. There are environmental advantages as well. According to the EPA, one driven mile emits about 404 grams of CO2. With this solution implemented, Meals That Connect will reduce their CO2 emissions by 39.5 tons every year. Meals That Connect is a 501c3 nonprofit, so all the money they save will be used and reinvested into the quality of meals and services to the local seniors. The volunteers, who are the backbone of this organization, will be more satisfied. And lastly, seniors will be more satisfied. Not only will they receive their meals earlier, but they will also interact with happier volunteers. My work with Meals That Connect is not over yet. Within the next 2 weeks, I plan on training the office manager to use the model correctly. I want the office manager to feel confident and comfortable using it without me there. I also plan on creating a manual for future office managers to use. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. I'm so grateful I got to finish my college career doing a project with an organization that is so meaningful to me.